Hello, squirrels, and welcome back to another episode of Blind Squirrel Talk, famous in a small town. Today's guest is Chris Floyd. After an extensive search throughout Georgia, Chris and her husband decided to make Maysville, Georgia, their forever home. Mother of 4 beautiful children, as well as a competition cyclist, Chris explains the Maysville 20, her training methods, tips for enjoying the fast-paced thrills of cycling, and, most importantly, the comfort of small-town life. We know you will enjoy meeting Chris Floyd. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Blind Squirrel Talk, famous in a small town. I'm Lulu.
I'm Kim.
And we have Chris Floyd with us today, and we're so excited to be able to talk to you today.
Thank
Chris
you for having me.
Yeah, Chris is another wonderful Maysevillian, and she's agreed to share her story. So, in 2 words or less, tell us how you got here.
I'm done. We moved here in 2007. My husband works from home, and so we thought we could get out of the city. I lived in Decatur, and it was great, but it was busy and a lot of crime, and we were starting the family, and I didn't want to stay there. So we started looking in a 2-hour radius, basically, and we were looking for old homes. And so we looked all over, went to Macon and Thomaston and Griffin and Noonan, and I can't even remember all the place, Madison, and we found the house that we're in, and the rest is history. So we moved here.
Which is a beautiful house, by the way. Let's
Yes,
just say
it
it's an older
is.
home in the historic area.
Yeah. It's
How old is your home?
Well, we're not really sure. The documents say that the land was purchased in 1888, and we think it was built in the early 1900s, but we're not positive.
And you've done a lot of renovations recently.
Tell us about your renovation process.
Well, it wasn't on purpose.
Oh.
We had a leak, and it messed up a lot. It leaked from upstairs. So the laundry room, the guest room, our bedroom, bathroom, closet, the kitchen, all the
Yeesh.
big parts. 5 rooms. And
And took a long time to get completely
well, we had a
fixed.
lot of issues with insurance. They didn't want to pay, and they gave us an estimate of $35,000 for 5 rooms.
Yeah, which
It's
would do a
like-
bathroom maybe.
Maybe. So that was kind of, we lost the first 2 sets of contractors because insurance wouldn't release the funds. So we probably paid for things 2 times or 3 times over to have it done. Every time we got a new contractor, we'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, let's redo this, because I'm sure they did it wrong. But yeah, that's how that works. But it's pretty good now. It's done, and of course, there's always stuff on the list to do.
With an older home, it never ends.
You always have a list with an older home.
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
so tell us about kids and family and what have you. Your kids.
I have 4 kids, and I'm still homeschooling my youngest. I've got 1 in high school and 1 working, 1 in college, when she's working too. But so yeah, it's pretty busy.
Do they all live at home?
No,
No.
I only have 2 at home now,
Okay.
and they both cycle. And my husband's coach on the GSA cycling team out of Commerce. That's where they have a team.
And you cycle. I want
I
to hear all
cycle.
Yeah,
about
tell
it.
us all about the cycling world.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. My husband got me into it, and I started mountain biking a couple of years ago, and I started racing about pretty shortly after I started riding, and it's pretty terrifying, or it was. When I started, I used to wreck all the time.
Have you broken bones?
No, just embarrassed, bruised, broken my bike a couple times, but
Oh.
no, I haven't broken any bones.
Well, I think the last
Thank
time
God.
I saw you, you said you had won a race.
I did. I won a series. It's a Chain Buster series. And so I won for my division. You have to race 5 races or more, but you have to win or have the most points from at least 5. And I did that 2 years in a row
Oh,
as a base rider. That's a new rider. And then this season I moved up to sport and I podiumed. I didn't win, but I made the podium. So I'm just pretty excited about that.
Congratulations.
I just raced at Yona Mountain
Oh.
last month. And then next month I race
Yona
Jackrabbit.
Mountain is hard. Jeff and I hiked that, and I thought it was going to kill me.
Yeah, and they made it harder than last year. They said they had too many complaints. It was too easy. I was like, wow,
Too easy?
I wasn't one of them. I loved that course. Yeah, so they added a couple miles and hills.
so how often do you ride?
Oh, I try to ride 4 to 5 times a week.
Oh, wow. And where do you go from here?
Well, I rode Jackrabbit Saturday, Sunday. We rode in Milledgeville. There's a bunch of bikers that come Tuesdays and Thursdays. They start at Hurricane Shoals, and then we do like a Maysville 20, that's what they call it. And they're much faster, so it really pushes me to ride hard. And plus they all have gravel bikes, and I don't. And they're always saying, you need a gravel bike. I'm like, yeah. Okay.
Is that one with thicker tires, or what does
No,
that
it
mean?
has thinner tires and more gears, and so they work much less hard. I'm like, "Ugh," and they're just, seeming so.
Sounds like you need a new bike.
I know, but I think it's probably good for training that I just use my mountain bike because I have to ride hard. So I did that Tuesday, and I might be able to do it tonight too. Just depends on practices for the kids, but yeah, I try to do that at least once a week with them because they're all really fast.
So it's just a whole circuit. It's like a whole club, like organization
There's
there.
tons of people that ride. Yeah, you can always find somebody to ride with.
Yeah. So the Maysville 20, where does it go?
So it goes. You start at Hurricane Shoals and you ride through like the Sim Street area, that neighborhood, and then we come out kind of by the shops down there by the Mexican restaurant, and then we cross the tracks and go back behind my house, by J. O'Kelly's house, back there, and then we turn on Mitchell, which becomes gravel, and then all back through there. We ride and we cross the tracks where you get I think it's Gillsville Highway, so we have to ride on the road for just a little bit, and then we turn by Diamond Sea Ranch,
Yeah.
and then all back there's gravel. There's a couple places you go on road just to get to other gravel roads, but it's
Do any of
predominantly
your
gravel.
kids ride?
My son and daughter ride. She's got a race Saturday in Milledgeville, and he's got a race Sunday. I think it's also in Milledgeville, but he's doing downhill racing.
Oh,
So he has to have a full face helmet.
yeah.
Yeah, he's super, they're both much better than I am. They're faster.
I'm just so impressed being a woman. I mean, that's.
It's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure I would do it. But
Is it your form of relaxation or is it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot out of you, so you're definitely
I
relaxed.
know you're probably
when you're
burning the
done.
calories like crazy.
I don't know. I don't advise it for weight loss, but
Good
it's a
strength
lot of
training.
fun. Yeah, it's definitely challenging. Some of these courses are just. There's one in Alabama called Oak Mountain, and that's super hard. I did not like that course last year, but it's amazing how within a year your perspective changes, and now it's fun.
So do you travel the entire Southeast or just wherever?
Well, I've only been doing the Chain Buster series, and then I've raced a couple. Like they had a Maysville race a couple of years ago that I did. And that was my first race, and that was the Maysville kind of. But it was like 28 miles, but I took a couple wrong turns, so it was 30 for me. And then the guy was like, okay, you need to get up on the podium. And I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, are you Chris Floyd? I said, yes. He goes, well, you won. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure everybody passed me. He goes, no, other people in your age haven't come in yet. And I was like, no, I'm positive. I feel like I was the last rider. He goes, oh my gosh, would you just get up there? We have to do this. And I was like, okay. So I got my picture taken, and I was just like, this can't be happening. And then my son won, but he was, of course, much faster. And the guy was like, oh, you have to be related. Wow, he smoked you guys. I was like, thanks. Yeah, he's a bit faster. Thank you.
So if somebody wanted to get into I guess, is it cycling or racing or whatever? How do they start? I mean, how do you know what kind of bike to buy? How do you even get into it?
Well, let me give a plug to State Street Cycles.
State Street Cycles?
Yeah, in Commerce, definitely go talk to Lee. He can tell you everything there is to know about bikes. He's helped us a lot. So, and he doesn't try to upsell you. He's just trying to get you what you can afford and what's going to be the best bike for you. And he's been a huge help, especially when I break them.
So when you walk in the door now, he's like, okay, what'd you break?
He's like, did you wreck again? No, I actually didn't. Yeah, I still wreck a lot, but I shouldn't say I don't. I just broke my bike this year, so never mind. I was going to say I've gotten better at that, but yeah, it was funny. I raced at Heritage at Coney Park. That was called the old school race. And these races are 3 hours, and you try to do as many approximately 10-mile loops as you can. And so they're pretty grueling.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I hit this big route, and I just hit it wrong and just snapped off my gear shifter, and I didn't even realize it. And then I tried to change gears, and I'm like, where? And I'm like dumbfounded looking at it, like I can't process what has happened to my gear shifter. And so, yeah, I had to borrow one. I had to come off the course and borrow one really fast, and Lee put it on for me. And I jumped back in. They're like, you already won. You don't have to do another lap. I was like, yeah, but that would be lame. So I did another lap. And then, so it's a lot of fun. It's just, people are really nice. If they wanted to get into it, so I would go to a good bike shop, talk to somebody that you think is trustworthy, has a good reputation. And, if you can buy a used bike, that's great. There's good bikes that are not that expensive in the bike world. It's expensive when you're thinking about, well, I just got one at Walmart.
You're right.
For
Not
$200.
the same.
No, it's
Not
going to
the
fall
same.
apart. But, and then you just try to catch up with people that are riding, look up races and race routes and just hit trails and just try to learn as best you can, I guess. It's kind of how I did it. I'm not saying that's the right way.
Well, let's segue back to Maysville and how you feel about your decision to move here. Are you happy you're here? Do you love it here? Do you wish things were different here? Can you give us a little insight on that?
I do like it here. The people here are great.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of nice people here, and that part of it has been great. I wish that we had a few more shops. We used to have a coffee shop, and we don't now.
I think they're putting one in, though.
They
in
are.
the
They're supposed to
Maysville
be, yeah.
Mercantile.
Yeah. So that'll be nice when that happens again. But, I think it would be good if they had more support so that they could stay open. And, about the time you get used to, hey, there's a place there, it's gone. So that's kind of frustrating. But, and I don't want to see warehouses come in any closer than they've already come. That's been disappointing.
What would you like as far as shops? What's another restaurant, another grocery
I'd like
store?
to see mom and pop type shops, like a hardware store, an ice cream store.
Everybody loves ice cream.
Yeah, where you can walk down and get ice cream. Maybe another restaurant.
Just something
Not
better.
a grocery store per se, but maybe a little prepared food store would be nice.
Ooh, yes.
Where you could grab something to go have a picnic,
Yeah.
and then if we had, like the concerts in the park are really great if we continue to have those and have more of them, and you had a little, provisions store where people could grab a hunk of cheese and some crackers or bread and a bottle of wine and go to the
Are you
park.
familiar with a place that's since closed in Athens called Opa Robbie's? It was prepared foods. You could get sandwiches, casseroles, cheese, produce.
Yeah, no, I never
something
heard of
like
it.
that. Oh, it was nice. But
Where was it?
on Atlanta Highway in front of Target.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they did a good business, and something like that. I
Yeah, I
feel like
think, or Trader Joe's.
I do love Trader Joe's. Yeah.
I don't think they're going to come here, but a
I don't
small
think so.
place.
They don't
that
even
would
have
be
a
great.
Trader Joe's in Gainesville,
I know.
which is crazy to me.
Well, I mean, I would think something in Brazelton
Mm-hmm.
because they have, I mean, I don't know, 117 neighborhoods. I don't know.
A
They
lot.
have so many.
Everybody's moving there in Houston.
Yeah.
It's huge, I would think.
But, you know, that's right at our back door. So it's coming, those kinds of things. But we have
Yeah.
to be prepared to
Control the growth.
control the growth.
Yeah, I agree.
And like you said, no warehouses.
No, yeah.
Little mom and pop shops. Would be
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Would be
just
good.
like people doing business that are from here would be good.
Well, we're so happy you came to see us. We miss
Thanks
you.
for
We haven't
having
seen
me.
any of the porch party ladies.
I know, I have been
What's up with the
really
porch
busy.
parties?
I haven't had them in a while. I need to.
It's been too hot this summer.
Well, that's why you have a porch party.
And they are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are fun. We just haven't done it. Just people have been busy. It's just been kind of a busy summer.
Well, we'll have to get back on that.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to.
Now
Fall
that football
porch parties.
season's here.
Yeah, we have to
Finally.
have something to do.
Yes.
And maybe it'll cool down a little bit. So we hope you come back to another episode of Blind Squirrel Talk. And we hope you'll see Chris Floyd out racing her bike through doing the Maysville 20, which I knew nothing about.
Me either. I had no idea.
Yeah. So we appreciate you being here. And
Thanks for having me.
don't forget those porch parties.
I won't.
All right. We look forward to seeing y'all in the next edition of Blind Squirrel Talk, famous in a small town. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.